Welcome to the Caffeinated Knitter podcast. I am Claudia and I'm starting a podcast about all things knitting, and I am drinking wine because I decided the meme would be funny. But if it is, it is. If it isn't, oh well, I did it. You get to watch me get progressively more wine drunk. Not drunk. I won't get drunk. I'll get tipsy at most. But anyway, so I'm Claudia. I decided to start a knitting podcast. I am relatively new to knitting, or at least newer than everyone else who seems to have a podcast. It may just be that I'm only getting suggested like the big popular ones, but they all seem to be like own their own yarn companies or whatever. And I'm not that. I'm just your average 22-year-old meme trying to live life and make some things. But yeah, so I've been knitting since about last October or September, sometime around there, last year in the fall-ish time. Yeah, and so I figured a knitting podcast would be fun. I've been wanting to do YouTube for a long time, and I finally have something that I actually care about to make videos about. So that's a fun time, caring about things. Alright, let me look at my notes so I remember what is. Alrighty, so we're gonna start with works in progress. I will say that for this episode at least, I am not going to show any finished objects because I want, even though I have finished things, none of it's been in the past couple weeks. And I sort of want like finished objects for this podcast to be like things you have seen and not just like, I did a thing. Wow. You know? So works in progress is where we're gonna start. I'll put that away. I have two of them. I'm gonna go over the bigger one first. Don't fall. Sorry, my lamp is like moved here with like extra light on. But can I just say, carrying this giant bag around to and from work is the literal most ridiculous thing I've ever done for the sake of a hobby. So I want you to understand that. It's a baby blanket. It's a giant baby blanket at this point, but it is the yarn that's still attached. This monstrosity. Yeah, it's a baby blanket. I didn't really understand how big a baby blanket would be when I took it on. I thought this would be a couple weeks worth of work. It's been a few months. It's the most ridiculous thing, but it's just garter stitch throughout the body of it and then like little eyelets around the edge. It's really cute. It is cute. I am sort of enjoying it. I'm ready to be done with it. I'm so ready. But no, my sister announced that she was pregnant on Mother's Day, and so, or I guess it hasn't been a couple months, it's been a month. I'm just dramatic. So I immediately was like, I'm gonna make a baby blanket. So I had a book downloaded at the time, because I downloaded a library book on my phone, like an ebook, before I fully figured out what Ravelry was, and I was like, oh, I can just get all the, like, free patterns out of library books, which still isn't the worst idea, but Ravelry exists, so I don't have to deal with all that. But I had already started this. The book was Knit It by Melissa Leapman. It's just like a beginner knitting book, like real simple patterns. But yeah, the yarn. I don't remember what it is. I got it at Joann's Fabrics. It's some cheap shit. They were on sale. So I was like, this is a pretty color that's on sale. I want it. It is very pretty. It does the cute stripey thing. We don't know if she's having a boy or a girl. I like don't care about gendering things, so I was like, oh, this is pretty yarn, and then I realized, wait, they might care about gendering things for the baby that they don't know the gender of yet, but once they know, so we're just gonna hope it's neutral enough that she and her husband are okay with it. And that's just how we're gonna do it. But no, it's a lot of fun. It's been my take it to work and work on it during lunch project, and also I went to Pride, and so I took this with me. I'm gay, by the way. I should mention that. I'm also feeling the wine. I haven't had that much, but it's fine. We're gonna have more wine. Look how cute these mugs are. We have a set of 4. So my girlfriend and I, we're seasoning. We have 16 mugs exactly, which is very convenient. And we're seasoning them out. And the 4 spring ones, even though it's late June, she's out of town right now, which I'll get to in a second, but so I'm keeping the spring ones out till she gets back. And the spring ones are 4 different Van Gogh mugs, and they are the cutest thing. And I don't know if I can tilt it, but yes, you can see they have little designs. This one's a little flower inside. It's my favorite of them. Side topic. I'm trying to structure this. It's not working, but I'm trying. But no, baby blanket, I'm ready for it to be over. It's a good mindless thing when I'm like brain dead on my lunch break that like keeps me occupied, so like my lunch break doesn't seem super boring, but also doesn't go super fast because I was just on Instagram, and Instagram eats time. But yeah, I've been carrying this back and forth for weeks now. It's a fun time. I'm ready for it to be over. Now the exciting work in progress is the second one, and this one is my secret project. It is my, I can't post actual photos on Instagram, just like vague yarn colors, because it is a birthday present for my girlfriend. Her birthday is in September, so I'm very, very early, but she's out of town she went out of town for like 10 days. She's back on like Tuesday, Wednesday, the 20th, whatever the 20th is. And so I only had a limited amount of time to knit her birthday present because we live together in a studio apartment. There's no way I could feasibly like make her birthday present with her here without being super sneaky, and that's just a pain. And I know I could just make it and just tell her what it's gonna be, but I want it to be a surprise. So she was complaining that she doesn't have enough cream in her wardrobe. So I am knitting the As If Tee by Shay Johnson. She's crochet, like CROSHAY something on Instagram. If I'm on top of things, I'll do like show notes and like links and shit, but like we'll see. But no, I earlier today finished the front. This is the front panel. It's really hard to see in the lighting because my lighting is not real things, but the top panel is sheer-ish, like, yeah, it's meant to be completely sheer. It's meant to be, okay, so I'm bad at following directions. What the yarn calls for is Aran /Aran weight yarn for the body, which from what I understand it to be is just a slightly heavier worsted weight. I couldn't find anything that was labeled Aran weight, so I just got worsted weight. And then for the top, it's meant to be lace weight mohair. The issue being I don't have money, and mohair is money. So I just got, where's the thing? This. It's a big thing of fine weight, like number 2 fine weight yarn that is 10% mohair, which is my logic with grabbing it. It calls itself mohair brushed. My understanding is that I think it's Joanne's, like, Joanne brand bougie. Those words weren't in order, but it makes sense. But I just needed something smaller to have it be vaguely sheer, plus that way she can also, like, wear a bra underneath it, because I've never, like, I don't know. But I decided to use that instead, just due to money / nowhere near me has mohair in stock, so I would have to get it shipped. And I didn't realize this until she was out of town. And then I'm on crunch time, so I opted to not. it's still mostly like sheer, like you can see my individual fingers through it, like, you know, like you can see the space between my, like, I don't know. I think it's fine, but I am very bad at following directions, so it does not look exactly like the pattern. And then this is the body of the thing. It's other cheap ass yarn. I just wanted something with speckles though, because like, as much as she says she wants more cream in her wardrobe, and I'm sure she does. Like, that's not me like being like, oh well, you don't know what you want. No, she does. However, she's also very pale, and so has had a consistent issue of anything that's too light looks too much like her skin, and she doesn't want to wear it. So hopefully the speckles in this don't cause that issue. Hi, you look funky. Are you just angled weird? You're just angled weird. But no, this is the front panel. I finished it today. So it'll be a nice little sheer, and then I'm going to go back in later and do a neckline and attach the sleeves and have little ribbing around the sleeves. Oh, that was the other thing, is I'm bad at following directions and zoned out, and it's a little bit more ribbing on the bottom. It's 9 rows of ribbing versus 6, because my brain was like 10 rows of ribbing. And then I decided to check it after I'd done 9, and I was like, shit. But I'm not ripping all that out. That's too much effort. And also it doesn't matter. So I just did 9 on the bottom of the back too. But no, this has been so much fun. This is my first like garment I've knitted. Because prior to everything you're seeing now, I have exclusively knitted scarves. And that's it. One of them technically I haven't finished because it's meant to be an infinity scarf and I haven't like stitched the ends together. I don't want to. It's a lot of... I hate sewing. This is going to become a regular issue with me. I'm warning you now. I hate sewing. I hate everything that resembles sewing. I can't get... Needles frustrate me. I don't like doing it. So I guarantee you, as much as I'm going to knit this in pretty quick time, possibly even before she gets home, I am going to probably take another couple months before I sew the thing together. Yeah, that's just how I am. I know myself. But no, so I have finished the ribbing for the bottom of the back, because it's done in 2 different panels and then knit together at the neck and then the arms, and then you add sleeves. I don't know. If I try to read ahead in patterns, I confuse myself. So I'm trying to like just look at the step that I am on and call that good. But this is my little rip. Don't come off. I keep doing stupid things like this. Hold on. I keep doing stupid things and like, because they're very, like, it's 104 stitches across. Because also, the other thing that was stressing me about this is I don't know what size my girlfriend wears in terms of the sizes that are there. Because the way Shea Johnson did the sizes is they are numbered 1 through 4 and are based on measurements. I don't know my girlfriend's measurements off the top of my head. I don't know my measurements. So I just assumed the sizes were small, medium, large, extra large equivalents and made the extra large. It is, however, because that's the size my girlfriend wears. So hopefully it works. It is meant to have 4 to 6 inches of positive ease. So it's really just going to affect how the thing fits. You know? Shea Johnson is coming out with a more size inclusive version of the As If tee. However, my girlfriend comes back in town the next day, and so I can't wait. So this is what it is. I'm gonna get some done tonight, hopefully, but I hope to get that done within the next few days. And yeah, those are my 2 works in progress. Like I said, I have no finished objects. This episode's gonna be mildly short purely because like I don't have things, you know? Next project, thing that's not quite a work in progress, but sort of is but isn't. It's in progress in terms of I've bought the pattern. So I'm doing a knit along, not like hosting obviously as I am new and a baby, but I am participating in a knit along that Ocean Loops. Her Instagram is Ocean Loops. I do not know her name. I just happened to follow her on Instagram, and a couple days later, she just happened to post about a knit along. It was very convenient. And I'm doing the Sereno Symphony shawl by Stephen West. I had been eyeballing that shawl for a little bit, but like it's just slightly off from like my typical style, like slightly off enough that like I was like, I don't know, because I also feel like, okay, this isn't even how Stephen West knit hit like the color wise that he did. But I sort of like look at it and I'm like, you need to be pastel. You need to be light and pastel and look like a cloud. I want to look like a cloud. Don't know why my brain decided that's what this needs. So it was one of those things where like I'm just now getting into wearing lighter colors. And so like I was like, I don't know if I can justify like spending time on this, because also I had a brief second where I was like, I'm gonna knit everyone in my entire family a sweater for Christmas, which I now realize is not going to happen, as I have 4 siblings, both my parents, my grandma, and then my girlfriend's parents and brother, and my girlfriend, and 3 of our friends is the total amount I would like to knit for, plus my brother-in-law, and the unborn baby gets a second thing. So I'm not knitting sweaters for all of them. I'm modifying my plans to basically, I'm gonna knit whatever the hell I want. And then what I want is going, and then like, if I don't want it, it will get gifted. Like, cause I'm also don't want to like waste my time like knitting something I'm not gonna enjoy knitting, I'm not gonna learn anything from. That's dumb. So I have a lot of things saved. I have like 150 favorites on Ravelry. It's a little bit ridiculous. Oh, by the way, go follow me or favorite me, or I don't know how Ravelry works 100%, but I'm on Ravelry as Lip Gloss Mermaid, and I'm also, more importantly and more actively, on Instagram as Lip Gloss Mermaid. I mostly post knitting related photos, but sometimes makeup. If I wear makeup, I post it. I don't wear makeup often anymore, as I'm old and decrepit. And I work 40-hour work weeks, so starting at 6 a.m. every day pretty much, except for this week. So yeah, I don't wear makeup as much as I used to when I worked a job that started at 4 p.m. And I was a server, and all the old people thought it was endearing that I had purple lipstick, so but no, I'm gonna participate in the Sereno Symphony Knit Along, and so basically it's a knit along. Everyone's doing that. I have not bought the yarn for it because the yarn shop in town is having a sale, a big clearance event that starts on like the 19th. So I'm like, well, I can't. I don't want to just keep getting. I want to support the local yarn shop, but also I'm broke. But if they're having a sale, that's different. So I have to wait for that. But I also have to finish the Sereno Symphony shawl by July 30th, which is not even July yet, so I'm not super stressed. But I also don't know how long that thing will take, because I started reading the pattern and I was like, I've never done brioche before. I've never knitted a shawl before. I think it had an I-cord like to start it off, which I know the name of, but I don't even fully understand what that is. Like, it's gonna be a rough time. So we're gonna see. I would like to get it done. I would like to do it. My girlfriend and I are driving to Colorado, from here in Idaho to Colorado, to meet my parents for vacation in mid-July. So that's about 10 hours each way in the car. So if that's about 5 hours, give or take, of that, I'll be driving, or I won't be driving, give or take. So that gives me a lot of free time to work then, plus like whenever, like in the evenings, just chilling out with the fam. Ew, gross, no, no, I'm never saying that phrase again. Just chilling out with the fam. I sound like an old corporation executive trying to relate to the youths. Yup, I am. I may be dressed like your tacky uncle, but I'm also going to talk like him too. So, it's chill, dude. Maybe I drink wine for every podcast. This was semi-entertaining while I'm tipsy. But yeah, so I'm gonna start that soon, probably before a second podcast episode gets up, but we'll see. And so those are my works in progress, and also a little bit of a life update. I was gonna structure this towards works in progress and then like a life update / whenever I eventually buy more yarn, if I ever have yarn that I'm not using for a project, like yarn haul. Yeah. So, or just thrifted things I like that I want to show off, because I go thrift shopping a lot. And I don't know, I get cute things. I got a new purse recently, and but yeah. All right, I guess that's it. This is a very short podcast, knitting podcasts. At least all the ones I watch are like 30 minutes to an hour, and this is like 20. But it's my first one. I don't have any finished objects. I don't have any trials or tribulations with the things I'm knitting beyond that stupid blanket taking 12 years. So that's where we're at. I'm Claudia. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, well, that's a choice, but I'm here too, so go follow me on Instagram, Ravelry. I'm a lip gloss mermaid on both, all one word. I know it's a cheesy, weird username, but I made it when I was like 15, so, and it's been my consistent username since then, so it's a fun time. I had a Sherlock themed username before, Sherlock and Doctor Who themed username before, which was a choice as a 16-year-old that I decided to make. But yeah, I'm Claudia. Go follow me on things. Feel free to subscribe if you want. I understand if you don't want, but either way, feel free to check back in a week, because I'm going to try to upload this every week on the same day, every week. So I will see you next time, hopefully with more to say than just me drunkenly rambling, and hopefully with no alcohol. All right, see you guys next time. Bye.